Well, hello there, everybody. Today we're going to be looking again at wars across the world, and we're going to actually play Congo 1964. Again, an integral part of the Cold War in the midst of the bloody Simba rebellion in eastern Congo, and it's crushing by the mercenaries of Marshal Mobutu. The Simbas want to control as much land as possible and to terrorize expatriates and civilians alike. The Congo government must eradicate the revolt with the help of the Belgian and American support, and also with mercenaries. But beware of Che Guevara's surprise intervention. So we are going to be playing on the side of Marshal Mobutu, of course, against the Simbas. And we'll see kind of how we do. So I hope that we do well. Apparently there's 20 turns, each one representing 1 month between January 1964 and August 1965. Let's hope we do well here in the Congo. Wish us luck, boys. And let's jump right in. I believe it's going to be the first turn of the enemy, actually, but I could be mistaken there. The Simbas are going to be playing first. We've got to be very careful here because, of course, they can explode out quite quickly and cause some pretty serious damage. It's their supply turn. Land movement turn here, and the rebellion has begun. Let's see if we can stand up to them here. We've got some PSA guards. Come on, boys. Hold on. And the gendarmerie did manage to actually hold down. I don't think we can hold against the Simbas here, though. The Kikwit are going to be kicked out here for sure. Wow! They actually managed to push back one of the enemy groups. And victory for the Congo. So again, our men are slightly better trained than the Simba rebels, which obviously helps us tremendously in combat, and we want to use that to our advantage. It is the card draw phase here. The Congolese player reveals up to 3 opposing stacks, hidden or not. Alright, and an air unit enters play in Leopoldville. I believe we're going to get some air support. I really hope so. But Gungu is really the city where they have most of their forces. Also Butumbu, they've got a tremendous amount of forces, so we really want to try and shut this down as quickly as possible. Right now, the CIA card, nothing we can really do with it. We just want to proceed, get to the reinforcement phase. And let's go ahead and play that CIA card. Alright, so 3 affected regions. And do Gungu. All of the regions where there are, we basically want to take a look here and see what they've got. And Oshwe over here in the jungle. As you can see, a tremendous amount of this war is fought in the jungle. And this is why the Congo conflict to this day is so complicated. It's just very hard to, of course, have battles across this and to determine who's in control of what territories. Now, getting these supporting fighters and bombers is hopefully really going to help us on our offensive here, and hopefully we get some reinforcements quite soon, some Western reinforcements. Now, for the air movement phase, typically I want to hit an area that I'm going to attack, and I'm not even sure I'm going to carry out any attacks this turn. I'm kind of looking around to see where the Simba are fairly weak, and I'm thinking potentially here at Oshwe, kind of get behind the enemy, so let's do that. And we are going to just attack from Oshwe. Here we go. Only 1 unit is attacking, and it looks like they actually just ran. So we potentially could have saved that air attack for a more opportune location like Gungu. Now, over here, do you guys know who this is? That's right, Mobutu himself. For those of you that don't know Mobutu, come on now. Come on now. Maybe we'll do a mini documentary like we did on Philip of Macedon. That's a potential idea. But what we're going to do is actually merge Mobutu's forces here. If I can bring this unit forward, I will. If not, that's fine. He's going to have to attack Gungu. And I'm thinking next turn what we'll do is an actual air attack in conjunction with him attacking as well, of course. Over here, again, not really much we can do. But we've got Mulamba here. Let's move Mulamba to the south. Then again, we could try to attack the enemy from the flank here. But that means moving through the jungle. Alright, we're going to move him over here to the south of Polis. And hopefully we can hit the enemy at Bujumbu. But as you can see, there's not actually any troops in this stack. We're going to have to add troops over time. Speaking of that, I think we have some units here in Katanga. And let's go to Lulaburg. We might as well make this sort of a strong point and eventually even potentially bring these troops to join General Mobutu's force before they attack the rebel city of Gungu. For air defense, this is really a place where I think the enemy could potentially attack. And, I guess, like, Kigali. Yeah, I guess Kigali would be the appropriate place. I'm not sure if that's too far, though. Let's try Kigali. No, it's way too far. It's way too far. Yeah, never mind. Okay, nope, that's going to be it for that turn, unfortunately. Not much we could do in terms of air defense, but luckily the enemy doesn't have any air units, so I'm not too concerned. Nonetheless, air defense can also provide ground support, so it would be nice if it worked, but if it doesn't, that's okay too. What are these Simbas going to do here? We will crush them. We will crush the Simba rebellion. Ooh. So, of course, their supply here in Gungu is reliant on Idofa, actually reliant on the river coming in here. So, we might be able to do something about this and completely cut them off with that unit that flanked. Here we go. Uvira, you held on once. Keep holding on against these PSA traders. Good job, man. You managed to hold, and now it's our turn, and I'm excited because I know what I want to do, and I think you guys know what I want to do, too. It's going to be quite a big battle. Congolese stack with Belgian or mercenary units receive a +4 MP bonus. I don't believe we have a single stack with mercenary units. We've got the Garde Président. We've got the ANC battalions in the Kikwit, as well as, of course, Mobutu himself. And I'm thinking... because this is going to be a very important turn, obviously. Like, this is going to determine quite a lot. Let's drop some paratroopers off here. ANC paratroopers, don't mind if I do. And our supply's looking great. It's looking wonderful. Let's make sure it's looking good here, too. It is indeed. So I think we've got these rebels under control. And here we go, guys. So this is what I was really looking for. The attack on the city of Gungu with, of course, air support. Tremendous air support. I believe we actually get American, Western air support during this battle. If somebody can confirm or deny that, please do let me know. But we've got some very interesting units here. And, of course, Mobutu himself would attack. Yeah, let's move right in here. Wait a minute. There we go. Now, that's unfortunate. With the new Wars Across the World engine, well, it's not Wars Across the World, it's a different engine, but the one where they do Winter War, you can actually add units to the stack. In this case, we can't. What we can do is try and hit this area, but that would be crazy. They greatly outnumber us here, so I'm not even gonna think about it. Let's just see what we can do here with this unit, Mulamba. We'll move over here. To Bukavu, and having a commander there does actually help their defense pretty substantially. So we do want to keep that in mind, but now it's down to Mobutu and the air support. Here we go, baby. The Battle of Gungu, the first real battle in this war. And man, they've got a lot of defenders here. They're also using Simba magic. This is, of course, a strange, black magic they're using, and it's useful at least in terms of morale, obviously. Anybody can agree or disagree whether or not black magic actually works. I happen to think it doesn't. We're going to lose the ANC battalion, but I'm going to keep the Garde Président fighting. Come on, boys. We've got some panicked units now. It's going to have to be the ANC, and the Simbas won that one without a shadow of a doubt. It wasn't even a battle, honestly. If I can move, I will. I'm going to move our air units here because now I'm afraid that they'll do a counterattack and actually try to kill Mobutu. And we need our future president here, so that's not going to be okay. Units delivery. Now, this is, of course, going to be the paratroopers that we dropped off at Leopoldville. They are definitely going to have to join the stack here of General, soon-to-be President Mobutu. Please don't attack us. Please don't. Be nice. Okay, Olenga is, of course, their general here. One of their generals. And if he is in Gungu, then that is definitely dangerous. Land movement phase. They're actually attacking southwards. So they could potentially be going for that city there, and this is going to be pretty dangerous. Olenga, excuse me, an actual enemy leader here, attacking our forces. I think that's going to be... Nope, we actually managed to push him back. Wow. We've gotten very lucky on the die rolls, I have to say. And luckily they did not do a counterattack, but they did move forces out of the city. And that's something to consider, because now they might be weaker in that city tile. Consul General Northam. A civil marker is removed from a Simba-controlled region. Oh, okay. Alright, let's focus on supply. It's looking wonderful. We don't have a supply issue at all. For air movement, of course, once again, I'm probably going to end up going for Gungu. And even if I don't, I at least want to attack the area and try and weaken it a bit. For land movement, that's right. I'll bring the Paras in. If the Paras can go through this turn... Yeah, some units cannot leave the region, so we're going to keep them here. And number one, I want the Garde Président to potentially get, you know, sometimes we get reinforcements, and we can bring them back up to snuff. And number two, I definitely want the Paras attacking here. If we have any other units that can attack, we'll do that. But as you can see, the enemy Simbas are in Luebo. Truth be told, I should have sent the air units over here. So I've actually put these forces in danger, because they could certainly overrun Luebo. Alright, let's see. The Battle of Gungu. This is just an air attack, of course. But a battle nonetheless. Let him fly. Look at these MNC troops. I'm not even going to say anything. That is insane. This actually occurs, of course, during these wars, and the Simbas win. They didn't actually get any hits on our planes. It's just we didn't do absolutely any damage to them whatsoever. And actually, I still have that air defense move. I really want to go to Lüneburg, but since that's not an option, I'll go ahead and push over here. Simba turn. I'm really hoping that they don't have any major attacks over there to the east. That's where we really don't have many forces in the Kivu area. We've got quite a few in the Leopoldville area. Of course, we are still fighting there, but if we could at least win Leopoldville, I get the feeling we could use these roads through Katanga to actually hit the area. 2 Kwilu Rebel units enter... Oh, no. They're going to add additional Kwilu Rebel units here to one of the general stacks. So they are cut off in this area for sure. They're not cut off. This is their center of supply. So this is the area where they're getting supply. Another battle. Can these forces hold on again? I really hope so. We held on again. Unbelievable, but Bauli. They are amazing fighters. Simba player loses 3 victory points in case he has lost a victory city. In case he has lost a victory city, which means we've got to hit Gungu for sure. We've got to get this victory at Gungu. The airbase return phase, income phase, nice. Pretty nice income, I must say. But what matters now is, well, number one, purchases. Let's get more at Leopoldville. But number two... Oh, yeah, baby. European mercenaries. 2 European mercenary units enter play at Leopoldville with leader Hoar, if not already in play. A 3rd mercenary unit can be recruited. Guys, this is an amazing card. Definitely worth the purchase. We're going to have to wait, I think, a bit to play it, but that next turn is going to be a beast of a card. So let's go into Gungu here. Engage battle. We are going to attack Gungu, and hopefully with the paratroopers, we do quite well. We did fail reconnaissance, which is never good, but I'm hoping that we can overlook that for a nice victory here in this fight. Of course, the territorial units always stay behind. They don't proceed. They're kind of just like police units, essentially. Come on, boys. Let's get that air support. It's actually -1. Damn it. They have a -2 morale penalty, though, so I'm really hoping this works out. Nice! Alright, we actually panicked one of the MNC units. Quite another few of the MNC units, guys, actually killing one of the Kwilu rebels. You could probably imagine hundreds of Kwilu rebels killed, and we routed the Simba side. That is a huge victory for Congo, and obviously a huge victory for Mobutu himself here, taking the Gungu area. What I will do is definitely send the units here to hopefully hold the area, because the enemy will likely be doing counterattacks to take this zone, so we want to be very, very careful that we don't suddenly lose it after such a nice victory. We also just got our ANC troops at Leopoldville, but only time will tell if we're actually going to need them to continue pushing through the jungle to completely crush this rebellion once and for all. Let's see exactly how the Simba rebels are going to respond to this. I'm hoping if we don't get a counterattack here, we could be safe. We could actually be safe in this particular region. Obviously, most of the Simba generals are going to be in the Kivu province. This is where most of the rebellion occurred, in the Kasai province as well, but really most in the Kivu province, even to the south of some of our own cities, as you can see. So, looks like they're merging forces. They're probably going to be attacking Lüleburg, because it's actually on their path. So, if they leave here, and that's what I really want to use, are the South African mercenaries. But it's just the card draw phase, and we are unable to play. There we go, baby. We've got our South African mercenaries and our European mercenaries coming into play. Look at that. Coming into Leopoldville, they are going to be of tremendous assistance during this rebellion. Well, stopping this rebellion, of course. So, air movement phase, and I wonder, should we attack with General Mobutu, continue attacking the enemy, or keep our distance and wait for the mercenaries to arrive? And I think we keep our distance. I will... Wow. That should... Yeah, I was going to say. Okay, so we can only go... I'm amazed we can't get to Chikapa. But we're going to hit the Idofa area anyway. Even if we don't necessarily attack this area this turn. That's too bad. I really wish we could use them this turn. A Congolese stack with Belgian or mercenary units gets a +4 MP bonus for this turn. Again, that's only going to be useful next turn. So we'll hold on to that card. I'm so stubborn. I'm going for it. And we overran the enemy stack. They had no chance whatsoever. We could even potentially... Okay, we can't attack this turn. But next turn, we will attack this area. I'm just hoping they don't jump back into Gungu. I kind of overlooked that a bit. Oh, wait a minute. We can move our units at Leopoldville. This is great news, guys. So I'm going to push them through Gungu here, as you can see. Got our mercenaries moving through, and at this point, they can actually hit the Tsepo area, and hopefully these mercenaries will come in very handy, knocking out the enemy rebel units here in the area. Alright, start fighting. Let's do it, boys. Got South Africans with us, European mercenaries, Portuguese, British, and actually even guys from the United States fighting in this conflict. Although mostly Portuguese and British. And we are going to take one hit. Gonna have to be the South Africans. I'm sorry, I did videos with you guys recently. Keep fighting some of these units. We can't even see. The recon simply isn't good in this area, but we did rout that Simba unit. Didn't actually get a victory point out of it, which kind of surprises me, but we did manage to push the enemy back. I think to actually get a victory point during this conflict specifically, it changes for each individual conflict, of course, but in this one, we're going to have to take all of the cities, specifically Bujumbura, which I believe is in neighboring, is it Tanzania? Or is it Tanzania? Somebody's going to have to tell me there. But they do have some strong points, some rebel headquarters that they're using. And in fact, we've got a DC-3. I guess it's a civilian aircraft, but maybe it could be used to transport equipment, etc. That's interesting. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay video of this particular DLC. If you want me to finish it up and get to the very end, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. But please also make sure to like the video, comment, just anything, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. We play war games that no other channel does, and I like to think that that's a little badge of honor. So I'll catch you on the next one, potentially in this game, potentially in another iteration of Wars Across the World. But it's up to you guys, and again, the comments are your friend if you want episode 2. Take care, guys.